What's the deal? Happy New Year's to everybody out there, all boxing fans, anybody that follows me that's not from the boxing world or whatnot. What's popping? It's the last day of the year, so I bring on my guy who's been rocking with me all year, and I'm a loyal dude, so I got to stick to my peoples. My man Troy. We're gonna talk about a few things that transpired the last days, and we're gonna give our wrap up of 2024 in boxing and our predictions of 2025. Claressa Shields says she wants none other than Jake Paul, which is crazy to me. We're gonna talk about Bill Haney still on tour. We're hearing everything from Bill Haney, but nothing from Dev. And tragic news transpired lately from a boxer named from Bamba. I forgot his name. I'm sorry about that. Who passed, and we're gonna talk about those things, and yeah, we're gonna get into that right after this.
I got so much fucking design on right now. Bring it down, bring it down, make it come out and do all that. I'm down with it. Bitches on my line, I got so much fucking design.
What it is. Happy New Year's to my guy, the mailman. What's poppin', y'all? It is New Year's Eve, right? It's New Year's Eve, and 2024 has been, it kind of flew by for me, man. I'm not even gonna lie. A lot has transpired in 2024, a lot in the boxing world, a lot in the world, period. Let me bring my guest on, my guy, Troy. Troy, what's up, brother?
Man, what's good with my brother? What guan, man? What's going
Wagwan.
on?
Yo, the year went by fast, Troy. Like it's kind of wicked how fast that shit went, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Like, you know what I
No
mean? Like,
fact.
it's been interesting. Hold on, I'm gonna tell my guy from Four Corners Podcast to call in at 9, so we're gonna get this shit going. But yeah, it's been an interesting year for the most part. Turkey a la Sikh has continued to build on boxing. We've lost networks. I think last year, I think they announced, what was it, Showtime was it coming back, HBO, ESPN. I think is gonna be out of it. I think the Zone is gonna be taking over at Top Rank. Top Rank's going to the Zone. There's a lot of different things that are happening in boxing that is leading to an entire different vibe. I remember back then it was HBO, it was Showtime, it was ESPN. I remember that's what it was. Troy, the world of boxing is completely different today, and I don't know if that's for the better. It might be for the better. You know what I mean? With all these streaming companies out there making a lot of money, it's a different ball game. But it looks like it's heading into a situation where we might get everybody under one umbrella. That's what it's starting to look like. What do you think?
Hey, the golden era is back. The golden era is back. Everybody under one umbrella, meaning anybody who has real talent can bust your pack and become. And this 2024 was the year of the divine pack buster.
Yeah.
Pause. I don't want to put no innuendos out there that sound kind of crazy, but yeah, man, it's gonna be some good work. Someone sent me like I don't know if it was an article or whatnot, but they were saying that Turkey Al Sheikh is monopolizing the whole game. He's buying everybody out, making one league like the UFC so we can get the best fights. So boxing can be saved. And that's the thing, you can't escape it. So it didn't matter if you were Javante, it doesn't matter who you are.
I
You
mean,
can't escape it.
let's be real. We all love the NFL. We all love the NBA. Baseball's huge in the States. I mean, those are monopolized. People don't realize, but those sports are monopolized. There's no other NFL. There's no competitor to the NFL. There's no competitor to the NBA. There's no competitor to Major League Baseball. This is just facts. In regards to that, listen, if it all goes under one umbrella, I'm with you. I think it's a good thing. I don't like the fact that it's taking place all the way in Saudi Arabia, to be honest with you. My biggest concern is the structure of it. I want to see that this is going to grow and continue to help people, because I feel like boxing is still stuck in a situation where boxers are not benefiting. The majority of boxers are not benefiting. And boxing is the only sport where people die. Like literally people
No
die.
facts.
And I don't think anything's being done. And in fact, what's this guy's name? I'm sorry. I think his name is Paul Bamba, right? He recently had passed about, he had his last fight a week ago. And there's rumors going around right now, actually, that he took his own life or something like that recently. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but I just seen this. I don't know if this is whatever, but pretty much a week later, I know a lot of friends, a lot of people that knew him, and I mean, well, whatever transpired, whatever. But the one thing that is certain is that this only happens in boxing. This is something that boxers get hurt of injuries. We have everybody talking about CTE, and in boxing, the majority of the shots that you take are to the head. Let's be honest, and you're taking shots to the head, literally every day. And this is the crazy thing, Troy. They said he had 14 fights in 1 year. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, that is way more punishment than
Well,
any
I
man should
mean,
be
it
taking.
depends on who he was fighting to, but at the same time, like if you go to the old days, they was doing that all the time. They was fighting bums. I mean, they was fighting real cans, just any and everybody. But at this point, you got to be watching. Like he really fought 14 fights in 1 year.
Yeah, they said 14. I think it was over 60 rounds or something. I don't know how many rounds exactly it was, but I mean, you got to look at it, Detroit. Whether the guy's a bum or not, let's be honest, or whether they're fighting, you're still training. You're still, even with headgear, you're still taking shots to the head. You're constantly sparring. You're constantly putting yourself in that position. And in the NFL, right? So they have rules in the NFL that there's no contact in certain practices. You can only have contact drills like once or twice. There's a limit. They limit the contact. In boxing, there's nobody that polices that, and I think that is a big problem in boxing, that these guys are showing up injured with brain injuries and are coming to play. It is very, very dangerous to show up with a concussion, play with a concussion. That's literally a brain bruise. And another thing is the CTE part of it. People, we heard about the Aaron Hernandez shit. We heard about Junior Seau killing himself years ago, so he can get people to examine his brain or something, so they could check on the CTE and stuff like that. But none of these things are happening in boxing, and to me, I think that's the biggest concern for me, man. And I don't know, man. Something has to get done. I hope if Turkey Al-Sheikh does organize this under one umbrella, I hope that these guys get taken care better, because, I mean, I've been told from numerous fighters. I had Jamel Herring in, and he said, if you get hurt and you're not under somebody's team or whatnot, you're on your own, pretty much. The insurance doesn't cover everything. You're paying wild hospital bills.
Yeah, no, they ain't none of that.
That's
Like,
absolutely crazy.
Like that's what happened to kind of like, well, that's what happened to me when you think about it. When I got injured in boxing and I detached my retina, who was gonna do a detached retina surgery? That's like a couple that surgery is extensive because you got to go into the back of the eye. Think how much that costs.
Yeah.
Medi-Cal has to pay for that. There is no Medi-Cal for boxing, and that's what they need. A medical insurance that covers the athletes for when they get hurt, injury. But there's a lot of brain concussions and a lot of detached retinas and just injuries, period, to the hands and things like that. There's no retirement plan. There's no union. Boxing needs a union.
I mean, and that's scary. Think about this. The NFL, if somebody breaks their leg, the team is taking care of it. You get injured, you get a knee injury in boxing, you're pretty much dealing with it. Some boxers have told me that your own insurance is actually better than the boxing insurance. And that, to me, is absolutely absurd. Just to hear that. I had Jamel Herring on recently, and he was talking about that. And I'm just like, yo, like, how is such a sport that at times generates so much cash not taking care of these fighters? And I think, hopefully with Turkey Al Sheikh, something gets put into place where these guys are getting taken care of, because this is ridiculous, man. And I feel like these things are happening too frequently. Patrick Day, he passed. I think it was a year or two ago. It's like somebody else passed about a month ago.
Yeah, Patrick Day was crazy because he had literally fought like 4 hard fights in a row. He had fought Carlos Adames,
Yeah,
Charles Conwell. Like he was fighting
yeah.
hard fight after hard fight, and that's where the part where your coaches and
Nope.
your trainers can't
Yeah.
keep throwing
Hold on.
you in there with those type of guys. That's gonna get you. You gotta know who you dealing with, what you dealing with, knowing when to take time off, take a rest. It's important.
You what's good? I got my man from Four Corners Podcast. My man X, what's good? You on with me and my guy Troy? What's up?
Y'all know what it is and who it is, baby. Fighting Night X, Four Corners back in 10A podcast. Troy.
Yo,
What
what's
it
good?
do, my hitters?
we were just talking about the what happened to Paul Bamba, and I was reading something. I don't know how accurate this is, but somebody was saying that I seen an article. I don't know if it's true, but it said that he might have taken his life or whatnot. But he had fought 14 times this year, and I was telling Troy, I was like, yo, the one thing I do look forward to is if Turkey Al Sheikh were to put everybody under one roof, is for these guys to get help, for better plans for these. Like boxers tell me that the hospital bills that come into them that they got to pay are ridiculous, and I think that's sad. I mean, what do you did? I know you clearly heard about the Bamba situation.
heard.
What was your take on that? Did you hear anything about it?
I heard about the tragedy that I've been asking, I've been asking, I've been looking, I've been researching, like, what was the cause of his death. And then I read about the 14 fights
That's absolutely absurd.
this year, and I'm like, I was wondering if that was like a miss typo or something, like they meant 4 fights, but then I looked up his record, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like, we asked for activity. Shit, that was beyond. He went above and beyond,
Yeah.
and just recently won a WBA gold title. I'm just still wondering, like, what is the cause of his death? Like, what happened to the young man?
The crazy thing is every sport, even sports that aren't real per se, wrestling, WWE, they had it big. Remember when what's his name, Chris Benoit killed himself and his whole family?
Yeah.
That was big, and they said his brain from all the chair shots was fried, bro. And you got to think about it: 14 fights in a year. That's just the fights. We're not even talking about the training in between. These guys are taking shots to the head, even with headgear or whatnot. And like it keeps getting swept under the rug. And listen, if Turkey Al Sheikh were to step in and really take over, this is something that has to be addressed. And I think boxing has been slacking in that shit because, like, WWE was owned by Vince McMahon, right? Nobody actually owns boxing, right? So who do you hold accountable for this? And it's just sad because boxers, when they say, like, you got to lay your life on the line, boxers are really laying their life on the line. And, this is what's happening. I mean, I don't know if Paul Bamba had kids. I don't know his situation, but, we do know he had a lot of lost ones. I mean, loved ones that loved him. And I know a few friends myself that, have hit me up and said that was their man's. They all trying to get answers. But something has to be done in boxing, man. I don't know what exactly can be done, but, I mean, guys like Oscar, guys like Floyd, guys like Canelo, all these guys like Leonard Ellerby, guys like Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, Turkey Al Sheikh that he's involved. All these guys with the power and the money to change this, I think have to
Let's not
have to
forget
do
the
this.
sanctioning body.
Yeah, sanctioning
Forget
bodies.
the WBC, the WBA, the IBS, the WBO, all of that sanctioning fee.
Yep.
Some of the sanctioning fee money needs to get put to if we can get a healthcare system for these guys going, a pension for these fighters going, like
Yeah.
these guys pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to fight for your title, and 20 years later he's punch drunk, and all you could do is offer him an autograph signing, some money to come do an autograph signing.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
you
insane.
induct them into the Hall of Fame, and that's what's up. You know, guys, your name lives forever in the record books, but some got to be done. You're absolutely right, man. Put this money together, put something out for these fighters. If you look at guys like Navarrete right now, for example, he won the WBO title in 3 different divisions.
Mm-hmm.
He should have something to be given. You know, these guys should have something for him for his retirement, bro.
Yeah.
This guy's been fighting for your title and winning and representing and paying your sanctioning fees throughout his career now.
I got another
Something
question.
to decide for this man, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, where does the money for the sanction? I mean, I know it's 3%, but let's say 3% of what was it for like Ryan Garcia and this guy Gervonta? It's a few $1 million. Where does that? Or actually, it wasn't a title fight. Where does this money
No,
go?
it's like 3% out of Floyd and Pacquiao. Remember?
Florida Pacquiao, yeah. Where does this money go?
That was
It goes to the body of the people holding the belt for their pockets. It's a sanction,
That's
meaning
insane.
body. Sanction mean to tax you.
But that's my thing. Usually taxes are so when they say, "Oh, we're going to raise the tax for this. This is going to fixing the streets. This is going to the schools, or whatever it is." Where is this money actually going? Where these guys are risking their lives? I mean,
Yeah,
Troy,
it's
you
not
had a
going to the
detached
fighters.
retina. I guarantee you probably have to pay it for yourself. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, you gotta really get out your pocket with it and do different things. And then on top of that, when you get hurt, like in boxing,
don't have.
then you gotta go through Social Security. They try not to give you your just due when I'm injured. Like I'm considered disabled. Like
Wow.
it's hold on, it's 37. No, it's I think it's 36 or it's one of the US codes, 37 or 3716 or something like that, where you're blind, disabled, or over 65. And I contacted Social Security and I'm going through the process now because I did a detached retina, my vision not the same. And they still be BSing. So it's just kind of like, what do you do, period? And that's why they need a union or some type of, and this is where all the boxers that are alive, like how the NBA have all the professional boxers. I mean, how all the professional NBA guys. The NBA has a league to where you could work with them, you could coach with them. There's nothing like that, and that's what we need a sheet to make one league. So now all the ex-boxers who want to coach and get back in boxing can do that, and you'll see boxing starting to look better when ex-boxers are coaching fighters and ex-boxers are judging boxing. Everything with boxing needs to change. The
Yeah.
judging, the union, so it can be ran by the people who actually put in the pain.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
My thing is this is like, how are these guys getting paid, and these guys are putting their lives on the line and can't even get any type of retirement? I mean, what's my man's name? John Iceman Scully, right? He raises money for Wilfredo Benitez and a lot of these fighters that don't even have a pot to piss in anymore. They don't have money to keep their medicine cold. We're talking about guys that were world champions, guys that made money for these sanctioning belts and stuff like that. But it's just sad that this is not something that is that just happens once every 10 years. This is something that happens frequently, and nothing seems to change. It's just, all right, he died. The NFL, somebody gets a bad knee injury because of a tackle. They have a committee that comes together and says, okay, how do we make the game safer? There's nothing like that in boxing that I see, and it's disgusting to me, man. I'm not gonna lie, especially being a fan of boxing. I mean, growing up, I thought that these guys were getting taken care of, and to see that most professional boxers are on their own is sad. And I hope this situation with Bamba, maybe gets people together, and these
Who was
boxers
his
got to.
coach? Who was his coach?
I'm not sure. I know he's out of New York. X might know. X, do you know anything about The internal
I
situation?
don't.
No.
I don't.
I know my guy Michael
Just recently
Hughes.
heard of Paul Bamba earlier this year. Never really seen him in the ring,
Yeah.
and now I hear this tragedy.
Michael late night. He said, "I'm just tuning in. Have y'all talked about your thoughts about upcoming Ben Whitaker?" No, I haven't. I don't think. X or Troy are big fans of Ben Whitaker. But
He dead out here. All that fake boxing shit dead. So all that flopping around and shaking your
yeah.
wig when you could just stop somebody, now you just gotta stop them.
Yeah, man. I don't know, but I mean, just to close out on that Bomba situation, my prayers go out to his family. I hope Turkey Al-Asik, and just not Turkey Al-Asik because it's not all about him, but guys in boxing, period. Try to form something to help these boxers out, man. It's not fair that these guys are making you guys money and not being taken care of. And again, it is what it is, but hopefully things come together. But so what you saying about Ben Whitaker? You're not a fan of Ben, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like he remind me of Boots, like all the playing around, and then when the
Come
playing around is
on.
done,
Come on.
I'm just listen. Hold on. Do they both be in there playing around
I don't
and
think Boots
doing
plays
too
around
much?
like that.
No, you don't remember when Boots was playing and doing all the same stuff Ben Whitaker was doing,
Not like
slipping punches and matrixing and doing all of that. He was doing it. Like that's a fact. He was doing it in the fights. And then I kept saying, when people do that, why they can't just, if that's the case, all the plan, why don't you just stop the guy if it's that easy? And then that's when I realized the guys who do that, they're not that good because people who really, it's an old school rule in boxing. If a guy don't belong in there with you, you get him out of there. And that's when I noticed they
well.
wasn't getting guys out of there.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair to Ben Whitaker, okay? Let's all be honest. If Ben Whitaker did not do any of those things, would we be even talking about Ben Whitaker?
That's the point. That's the point I'm making, Norbs. Make sure your skill set for 2025 leads you into the promised land of media attention. Don't let the tricks, the antics do it, because then when that shit run out, you have nothing of substance that your style is built on, so that you can get the audience to pay your bills, which that's made from skills. And that's
Yeah.
my point. If you got the skills, don't play, just stop it. And that's why everybody likes Tank and wants Tank to fight the best, but then he don't even want to fight the best. He just want to be a pay-per-view star without fighting the best.
X from Four Corners Podcast. What do you think about Ben Whitaker? I mean, what do you think?
I got a lot of phone calls. A lot of people sending me his videos on Instagram. Yo, X, who's this guy? Yo, man, this guy's fire. Yo, X, this guy's nice. Who is he? Where's he from? And I'm like, those shits are 15-second Instagram cuts. You hear me? Do not get hyped. I don't know Ben Whitaker too much. I've seen a few of his fights. I relate because I've got put onto Ben Whitaker through social media. Everybody making these little videos he got of his defensive highlights. And then we've seen what happened when he got into a real fight. And he flipped himself out the ring.
He quit. He quit, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he initiated that flip. And then after he flipped over the ring with his opponent, he didn't want to continue. And I don't know. I really don't care to see Ben Whitaker again. I was never hyped with Ben Whitaker.
Yeah.
I was actually waiting to see what's going to happen when the going gets tough. Not that I didn't expect to see him quit. I wasn't expecting to see that, but I just, what you about, dude? You know what I'm saying? Because all of this flashy little highlights that you put in now, cool, but
I'll tell you
run
this.
into the right one.
That caught my attention, the way he was doing. I thought it was pretty funny. He definitely grabbed my attention by his antics. And a lot of boxers, they can't grab people's attention. So I just wish he was a better fighter, or I wish that last fight would have went better for him, because I watched that too. And when he went over the ropes, he was starting to get hit, and it almost seemed as if he was like, yo, I didn't think I didn't sign up for this, and quit. Like, he literally quit. So, I mean, and I don't even know if if anything came back that he was actually injured. Does anybody have any info on that? Was he actually injured?
I haven't heard of that man at all. What I heard was that he was seen walking in the airport, leaving.
Yeah, I mean,
Saying me that he left in a wheelchair and.
Hey, yo, his skirt was injured, my G. His skirt was injured.
yeah,
They injured his skirt.
Uh,
They injured his skirt. Pull your skirt down. What my New York Negro say? Pull your skirt down, B.
man, I like Ben Whitaker, man. He makes me laugh, but I don't know how good he actually is as a fighter.
Save it for comedy. For Def Comedy Jam.
I like comedy though. I actually like comedy, Troy. You're no fun, Troy. That's the problem. I like.
No,
I like
man,
comedy.
I wasn't buying it, man. People were like, "Oh, man, everybody was." You know, he caught a quick, little breaking the internet type of shit. You know, like everybody was hyped and they fucking sending me videos and I'm seeing him all over YouTube and Instagram and I'm like, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, homeboy headbutted him in one of his recent fights. Remember he
Yeah,
tried to walk
I seen that. Yep.
and homeboy hit him with the headbutt, and I'm like, there you go. Then just ain't buying it, bro. Like, cut it out, bro. Cut it out. You're gonna get yourself hurt, man, for real. And sure enough, that last dude was washing him, man. That last dude started washing him. I forgot homeboy's name too, but
Yeah.
homeboy was giving him he was bringing the pain, man. He wasn't folding, and he wasn't falling for all those flashy little tactics. Next thing you know, Ben Whitaker, he said, yo, I'm out of here, bro. I'm out of here. And I haven't seen or heard of him since. I'm about to put him on a milk carton.
Oh, not the milk card, 4 quarters. The milk card's coming back. But hey, Troy,
About to go up on one.
let's move forward, right? So recently, and let's go to another YouTube star. I mean, I'm not saying Ben Whitaker is, but let's go to another one who's transitioned to become a superstar in boxing. My man Jake Paul was recently, actually Claressa Shields was recently on Axe show. He had a show interview with her, and she said that she would not only fight Jake Paul, but she would defeat him. This is what she actually had to say.
I would beat him in a fight, and you know that.
And if that fight presented itself, it'll be no question. You'll say yes.
Yeah.
10-ounce gloves, no headgear.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a big guy.
I'm a big woman. The biggest and strongest man don't want all the fight.
I mean, I hear you. They don't win all the fights.
So what's the difference here? I've been boxing for 18 years.
The difference is,
18.
Claressa, you are a woman. He's a man.
I got you. He got a. I get it. But what about the skills that I have? That doesn't matter because I'm
No, that plays a part. Of course it does. I'm not saying that he's beating you beating him. I'm just speaking of the matchup. At some point in that fight, that size is gonna play a part. You don't think?
He got to break me down. He got to be able to hit me. I got to be able to break him down. I got to be able to hit him. It's certain things that I can do that
Guys, so Claressa Shields comes out and says not only that she wants to fight him, that she'll beat him. Now, I'm going to open up what I'm going to say real quick, right? I like Claressa Shields. I think she's dope. She is a big woman. She walks around probably, like 175, 180 or something like that.
That's small still.
I mean, for a woman, that's a big girl. I mean, she's the heavyweight champ in that division. Jake Paul is walking around at 230 right now. Solid. And again, Jake Paul might not have the amateur experience, but what he does have advantage of, he is a big man, and he can punch. He can punch. I mean, and he's a man. I mean, I don't know how else to say this. Hey, I'm going to start off with my man X. Is Claressa Shields bugging, or can she actually beat Jake Paul? Or is she just trying to get that bag?
I've just been tired of that shit. You know, I love Claressa Shields, man. That's my girl. But that fucking challenging Keith Thurman, saying she'll beat Triple G. She want to fight Jake Paul. Like,
Triple G will knock her out.
honestly speaking, those guys that are turning into girls and competing against girls, go fight those guys. Challenge those guys. These guys that want to compete in women's sports, how about you challenge and go fight those guys? Stop challenging and trying to fight with other athletes, male athletes that don't want no parts of fighting a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't cool. You know, it ain't cool to watch men transform and be what you want to be with your sexual orientation, but
Yeah.
come over here and now be competing against women because you can't beat other men, I guess. I don't know. Like, how about you, Claressa? How about you go beat those guys up, and get them up out of women's sports? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
You challenging Jake for what? You want the bag? I mean,
Clearly
you
she
want
wants
the
the bag.
bag? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just say that. Just say that.
You know why she doing that? You know why she doing that, right? Because Jake is trying to make her fight Alicia Baumgartner because Jake from Ohio. Excuse me. See that? See, you got to really think about that. I just thought it just hit me. Alicia Baumgartner from Ohio. I'm from Ohio. Jake from Ohio. In the moment, instead of just saying I want to fight on Jake's undercard, she gonna have to fight Alicia Baumgartner at a catch weight for the bread, and she don't want to do that because she don't want to lose to one of her peers. Instead, she's trying to say she'll fight Jake Paul, and that's just stupidity. And Jake Paul will knock your head off for the bread.
I mean,
shut up, he'll kill you.
And then
we'll be on here having
having
more prayers over Claressa's body or sarcophagus because Jake had to put her in one. Hey, bud, stop that clown nonsense.
She did get dropped in sparring against a relatively unknown fighter, and he put her on her ass. Listen, I think Claressa Shields is talented, right? But scientifically, genetically, men are just stronger. It is what it is. I mean, I don't understand, and this is not a sexist thing or whatnot, but men should not be playing in women's sports. Shout out to Donald Trump for actually ending all that stuff this year coming up, right? But it isn't fair. We've seen somebody get their skull fractured from a transitioning man to woman in I think it was boxing, if I'm not mistaken. No, it was MMA. I mean, listen, Claressa's a great fighter, but the worst heavyweight fighter will give her the business. Like, this is not normal. Like the best heavyweights.
No. Let me help you.
Yeah,
Rigondeaux right now a stopper. How about that? Guillermo Rigondeaux right now will stop her.
Yeah.
Like, we talking about a man who has literal punching power. He will punch. She ain't gonna be able to hit him at his age. One shot down the pipe, bang, them over and over. She'll be hurt. Like, hey, no. You know what? I'm the guy who wants to give people what they want because I want everybody to be happy.
Yeah.
Give her what she want and let her pack get busted and took apart.
My thing is, to me, I think she's clearly trying to get the bigger bags, right? She said the same thing about Amanda Serrano. She would fight her at 147, but wouldn't fight Alicia Baumgartner at 147. We all know why she would fight Amanda. I mean, the bag. The highest payday in women's history was Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. The highest viewed fight in history was Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, which she came out and took a shot at. Now, this is my response to Claressa Shields, and I like Claressa a lot. You criticized her because you said people watched that fight because it was Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. But if that were the case, wouldn't Barrios have the same numbers, the same viewership as a Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, which didn't happen. So, to me, I get it. Claressa wants to be that one. And listen, and people can say whatever they want. You could be the GOAT, but Amanda Serrano is and will always be. I want to say always be, but at this point in time, she is the cash cow when it comes to females, and it's because of her affiliation with Jake Paul. So it does make sense that she wants Jake Paul because she understands the size of that bag. I just don't think Jake Paul would do it. I don't think it would sell.
He doesn't have to do that stupid shit, man. Nobody would have to do that stupid shit and face her.
Mm-hmm.
Any man step in the ring and waste their time doing that shit with her. I mean,
if she want that big payday, she got to get Alicia Baumgartner. The fake boxing is over. You got to get to work, bro.
Or Cyborg. Go fight Cyborg.
Yeah, she don't want that because she don't get her pack somebody. Listen, anytime you trying to skip somebody when somebody already wanted to get some work with you at a weight around you already talking about is because you don't want to get your ass beat. We can just say that now? You can't say that? Well, no, because that's what it is. Because I was a pro, and that's what that shit is about. You don't want to get in there because you don't want this person busting your shit down like a Philly.
Is it a coincidence that not only does her movie came out last week, right? But she does the act interview. She says she'll fight Jake Paul. She takes a shot at Amanda Serrano. She goes back and forth with Remy Ma and Papoose. Is this all for the media attention? Is this all to draw more people to her? I mean, you got to question it.
Yeah, I think this is all publicity for her movie right now that nobody's still talking about, you know?
Damn. Nobody. I heard it was pretty good. People are saying it's good.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to check it out, but I'm not seeing the, you know, she went out there recently and put that out too. Oh, none of these girls support me. Only 2 women support me on my movie.
Yeah.
And it's
women don't support women.
Really
but a lot of females don't really rock with Claressa though. A lot of females
rock
in
with
boxing.
women's sports. Period. That's known from the WNBA. Women don't go to WNBA games. Women
that is a very good point,
watching,
yeah.
But listen, I wish I could make it up. But women across the board in its general state do not support other women. Who are they supporting? The men.
It's true. That's a good point. That is a very good point. Yeah, I mean WNBA. It's I mean, think about it. They have never came in. They've never had a season where the ownership came in the black. Like, think about that. They never made the black. They've always been in the red, which tells you that they're not selling. NBA is always in the black. Like that's kind of crazy. So, I mean, I get it. I mean, listen. If Claressa wants those big fights, go make that fight with Cyborg. Go make the fight with Alicia Baumgartner. Those are fights that you could make. Alicia said, I think they'll fight at 147. Screw it. Do it. I mean, it's a tough situation to be in, but I don't want to see her fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman will beat the brakes off of her. Like, people got to stop. She got to stop playing Keith Thurman like he's just a chump. Keith Thurman is a great fighter. I mean, he was a champion.
Come on, man. This man done fought Porter, Danny, Pacquiao. Come on, man. Like, cut that shit the fuck out, bro. This guy done been in the ring with some of the best and toughest motherfuckers in his time. And you talking about you beat the crap out of Keith Thurman, man. Like,
yeah, no. She said she is fighting. Her next fight is against Danielle Perkins. I think it's February 2nd. I'm not familiar with Danielle Perkins, to be honest with you. Are you guys familiar with her?
Nah.
Absolutely not.
That's the problem. And you know what's the worst part is that she's a heavyweight. All the smoke is like at like 118 and up or 112 and up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for Fondora's sister, Amanda, Katie, they're all around the same weight. Like, you're a big girl. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Somebody said, when is the next Ryan fight? Bro, I don't think that Ryan fight's going to happen. I'm going to be honest. They postponed it. Oscar came out and said he never sanctioned the fight. He never agreed to it. I don't think it's happening. I'm going to be honest with you. Just
It's
be
supposed to just be an exhibition.
Ryan already, they already claimed the injury. You already know, postpone injury and all this other shit.
Listen, I knew it wasn't going to go down from the jump. Once they said exhibition on it, once I seen the poster and Oscar De La Hoya wasn't on there, I was like, exhibition or not, you can't. There's no loophole to just make money in a fight without paying your promotional company. Ryan does awkward things, and even Oscar pretty much threatened to sue the company. It was just stupid. So I don't know if that's going to be a fight. But since we're talking about Ryan Garcia, let's talk about what a lot of people are talking about right now, which is Bill Haney's tour. He's having a comedy tour where he's going on every podcast that would pretty much, I'm not going to lie, I don't want to say this, it's 2024, so let me say this because it's 2024. Anybody that would pretty much suck them dry. Like, it's crazy. I was listening to a podcast. It wasn't even it was like one of them spaces. I'm not going to lie. Bro, I can't do it.
What?
Bro, I'm telling you right now, it was crazy. And the guys were just blowing him on the air, and I was just like, the only guy that kept it real, pause, yeah, was Ray Jackson. Shout out to Ray Jackson on Twitter. He went up there, he just started going at Bill Haney, but he's always going at Bill Haney. But still, like, I'm watching these people, and I'm listening to what they're saying. I'm like, I can't take this. Like, listen, I get it, Bill. You know, that's your son, you're his promoter, and stuff like that. But I think people are tired of hearing Bill talk. When is Devin gonna actually talk? Is you know what I'm saying? Like
he put out a little video. He put out a little video training.
Dude.
He put out a little video training talking about I'm gonna remember. I'm keeping track and remembering every face and name.
Keep track. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, see, I mean, this is the thing that kills me, and I like Devin Haney and I like Bill Haney, but at the same time, your father has made you a target. Your father, before you lost that fight, said you were the biggest, the baddest. You took shots at Floyd Mayweather. You know, people looked at you as a little arrogant, and what happened, and people celebrated it. It happens when people view you as cocky or arrogant. That's what happens. But the fact that it's almost a year now. We're in January. What we have? April is 4 months from now, right? January, February, March, April. Mm-hmm. It's almost been a year. You haven't been in the ring. I mean, what's going on? Like, I just don't understand what's going on. But I'm gonna play some of this interview.
Let me help you before you play it.
Okay.
Talking don't win fights. Fighting do, and skills.
Yeah.
Go ahead and play it.
No. On that note, Bill was talking about, yo, we got the best trainers now, the best defensive coaches. He's learning. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, I wish Troy was on this right now. But and it's crazy because I'm just like, I'm not really concerned with all that. I'm more concerned with what is mental. Like, you know.
I'm going to say it again.
Yeah.
Devin Haney's mental thrives off his skill set and him being in the ring because his mental was built on fictitious sparring and fictitious stories about him beating people up. And what's done in the dark always comes to the light. Then people start talking about how they was busting his pack in sparring. And then now all of a sudden he get his pack busted in a fight, and now Bill has to do all the talking to clean up all the talking. It was been simple if he would have just put in hard work, said he was getting some hard sparring, he's growing, and there's things that must be learned every day. That's how boxing works. All this other stuff, I don't know what these guys is talking about.
I mean, listen, let me play Bill real quick because Bill is on tour right now. This is not in any order. I kind of messed up the order, but we're going to just play it piece by piece how I have it. But let me play the first clip.
See if Turkey puts something else on the table and see if Teofimo Lopez changes his mind. Then, all of a sudden, later on, I would believe, a publicity stunt that they came with this BS, as if Teofimo Lopez and as if Top Rank had some rank in this. No, I didn't mind looking at them eye level and saying, let's cut the best deal. But when you say that we're obligated or that, you know what I mean, what we need to do and we need to take something that's not a straight play, I mean, it didn't make sense. And I showed it to him. I said that I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? And, I gave it no reply.
So he talks about the Teofimo and in that clip, the Teofimo and Devin fight. And Teofimo said he sent Devin an offer for, I think it was like $2.4 million, and Devin turned it down. Now he says Turkey Al-Sheikh has sent an offer or whatever. I don't know exactly what he said. Now this is my thing, all right? I don't think you should have fought Teofimo in the first place. I thought it would be stupid. Like, we don't even know what you want to do. I think it's a mistake to fight Teofimo. But what are you exactly trying to establish at this point? Are you going to go after the top 140-pound fighters? There's no way where Bill can be confident right now in Devin to be able to beat somebody, in my opinion, like a Teofimo Lopez. And then what kind of struck me odd was you're going to see in the other clips where he's talking about, well, Teo's never done a pay-per-view. He's never done this. That is actual facts. But the most you ever sold in pay-per-view was 40,000 prior to the Ryan fight. And that fight didn't do numbers because you didn't even qualify to get a back end off of that. So I don't see how you could try to play Tiafimo in that situation. Actually, I'll let you take it from on what I just stated. What's your opinion on that?
I haven't heard Turkey say shit.
I didn't either.
We know that Turkey talks his shit. Turkey puts it out there when on offers that he makes, on fights that he wants to make. You know what I'm saying? If the fight is ready, if the card is on deck, Turkey's gonna put it out there. I haven't heard Turkey say nothing about Devin Haney at all. So I don't know. But like whatever, man. Devin just I hope you back in the ring early 2025. Like Copy, you took the rest of the year off. It's over. Can't worry about it anymore. I hope you're in the ring early 2025. You turned down Liam Paro, you turned down Sandor Martin, you turned down Bill Primo, you turned down a lot of fight offers that were made to you to close out the year in December, and nothing happened. I'm hearing Rolly Romero and Devin Haney now. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think that makes sense. I do.
That's a good.
Rolly, stop Devin.
No, Rolly's not going to beat Devin.
Fight.
He's not going to beat Devin.
No, hey, listen, bro, listen. I know y'all thinking in your mind, Rolly not gonna stop Devin. But Devin not about to stop Rolly.
Oh, we know
Rolly
that.
And Rolly can punch.
Yeah, Rolly can't punch.
All right, and Devin can't take a shot.
Land the punch.
Yeah.
He gonna listen. Devin Haney is not hard to land a shot on.
Yeah, listen,
Rolly just does. I don't think Rolly does
Hey, listen,
anything
bro.
really
If you
for
attack
Devin.
Devin,
I think that's the perfect fight for
Devin
him.
with aggression. All right, y'all think it is. Listen, there's nobody Devin can fight at this point where he's gonna be able to do anything with him. If he was, he would just get in there and fight him. See, y'all gonna say what y'all gonna say, and at the end of the day, it comes down to getting your head punched on and punching another man. Hit and not get hit, protect yourself at all times. If Devin was so clear about what he could do, he would have already been in the ring, taking the money he was offered. He's not doing it because he don't. The moment somebody hit him upside his head and he get the tip drilling and shaking his ass in the ring, that shit gonna look stupid. And people gonna be like, well, he not, and it's over. His career, listen, Devin Haney's career is over.
Wow,
That
you
shit
believe it's
dead.
done?
It's done, my G. Like all that fake shit that y'all think is going on, and then we gonna come back and he's still not gonna be fighting. And it's gonna be same like I was telling Norbs. I've been telling Nelson and Malcolm this shit for years. What's going on with Boots? It's the same shit. All that fake shit is done. You either get in there and there ain't no excuse why you can't. Turkey Al-Sheikh gonna give you the money. You're not taking it because there's nobody you can swag with and manipulate, and all that matchmaking shit is over. It's over.
I think the other guys are dangerous. I think Rolly is damaged goods as well. I think that may be the possible fight. I think they believe Devin could put on a good performance against them. But you're saying he's done completely. You got to give him credit for what he's done, Troy. Coming up, he did beat.
Hey, boxing don't work like that.
I mean,
how old is Devin?
25, 24. Something
Yeah,
like
that don't give a fuck what he done already. When Ray Leonard was 25, he'd had fought a boatload of Negroes.
I understand what you're saying, but to say he's completely done right now after all his
he's
accomplishments,
done from the punishment he took. And I'm not saying he done. He took too much punishment. He did.
So you don't think there's a way for
bro.
him to bounce back? You don't think getting a big win against Rolly?
Go back to Floyd and let Floyd rebuild you. And if you don't do that, you're not coming back. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say today on this thing, but the truth is here. And unless he get back with Floyd, he not about to do nothing. Because last time I checked, they said Floyd was stuck in Dubai and over there with the Emirates. And then when he left the Emirates, Turkey Al-Sheikh had so much knowledge about boxing, and now he taking over boxing. And then when Ryan was hanging with Floyd, he had mad knowledge of how to get over on niggas. And so I know what's going on. I'm trying to get with Floyd, Turkey, and Al. That's what's going on because he about to monopolize everything. Floyd has more money than Bob, has more money than Oscar. He has more money than all the promoters in the game. So when you think about it,
I don't agree with that.
You don't have
I
to
don't think he
agree
got
with
more
it.
money than Eddie.
Yeah,
I don't think he got
you
more
ain't got
money
no more
than
money.
Eddie,
You ain't got
man.
more money than Turkey either. Like this is,
No, I'm not talking about Turk. I didn't say Turk. Turk, it's not at this level. It's not about actual liquid. It's about your assets. That's how much money you have. That's why you see Floyd buying up assets. Assets is your money, not liquid dollars. That's credit on this level.
let's get to the second clip of the Bill interview.
Said, when you have Devin as a promoter, you have our team. We know how vindictive promoters can be, and we know how they can lie. Bob Arum was not 100% truthful in the sense of that Turkey Al-Sheikh put a fight on the table for Devin and Teofimo Lopez and Riyadh season. I think that the fight with that Turkey put on the table was an opportunity where there wouldn't be any squalms or any flack towards either team. It was a fair opportunity for us to come to the table. We don't work for Bob. We're not handcuffed to Bob. Teofimo Lopez is. So to say that you put something on the table for us when you haven't sold a pay-per-view, you haven't sold out an arena, and then to say that you put something on the table where you would be the A side, I said,
He talks about. I mean,
That's word salad. Let me tell you why that's word salad.
Devin wants to be the A side. Devin is
No,
no
hold
longer
on,
the A side.
Let me
Nowhere.
tell you.
Nowhere.
Let me tell you why that's word salad.
okay, I'm
If
listening.
Turkey has put something together, what are you talking about? See, that's where these Bay niggas be thinking they confusing niggas with these talking they doing. If Turkey is putting something on the table, then you can't tell Turk who he wants to be the A side and what's going on, because now T.O. has Turk and Canelo. And Devin has who? No one. All right then. That was word salad and it was just cap. Right then and there we can see that's cap. Who's backing Devin? What promoter? Devin is his own promoter. He don't have more backing than Tio, who has Canelo, and Eddie Reynoso, who's their own conglomerate, working with other conglomerates. And then on top of that, Turkey Al-Sheikh, who has oil bread. And he ain't even an Otta. Asiatic money. That's what he got. Man, that shit cap. And that's where I see through that. Anytime you want to get on here, Bill, and you want to have word salad with me, we could do it.
X, what do you think?
I think Bill has been on everybody's platform, and everybody is just like, dog. He like just what do you say? Contradicting himself on everybody's platform, bro. That's why everybody is. They looking bad. They looking bad. And again, I like Team Haney. I like Bill Haney personally. Met him a few times. Got to kick it with him a few times. Super cool dude. But get your boy back in the ring and get off the internet with the excuses and you're not the A side. I'm sorry, and that you guys are not going to the A side anywhere. You don't have a strap anymore. And you got the fucking daylight beaten out of you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, nobody's gonna pay for you unless you're gonna fight somebody major, and then we're gonna see if you still got it. You know what I'm saying? The next fight, Devin Haney's next fight, will show everything that we want to see, and then how far, how much more left he has in this boxing world, because, like Troy's saying, there's no promoter backing him right now.
No.
And Eddie Hearn said it, man. Eddie Hearn was like, dude, like, you got Devin Haney Promotions, brother. You got Devin Haney Promotions. You know what I'm saying? You're your own promoter at the end of the day. Why would I keep investing money in you and like, dog, you didn't look good in that last outing, man.
Remember, Norbs, I told you he needed a promoter. I told you he need one. And this is the crazy about Four Corners. He just doesn't have any. Listen, if he was so confident, this is what I was gonna say. Besides that, who is the least would be skillful opponent out of all the opponents that Devin Haney was offered? Out of all these guys was Sandor Martin. Now, if he was that confident in his skill set, he would have got to work with Sandor Martin. Because out of all the guys they named, he was the least skillful.
Least threat. Yeah.
Least amount of threat. He didn't take it because Sandor was gonna bust his ass. That's it, bro.
Sandor is tough. Sandor is tough. You know, Teofimo got in the ring with him, and it didn't look good. He actually dropped Teo twice. Only got credited for one knockdown. But I know a lot of people are like, oh, Teo didn't look good. Teo this, that, and the third. I don't see nobody lining up to say, let me show you how you kick Sandor Martin's ass. Kick Mikey Garcia's ass. Gave Teofimo a run for his money.
Exactly.
And ain't nobody lining up to Sandor Martin. They passing up. They passing up on Sandor Martin. Everybody.
Yeah.
Next, I don't want to fight him next. Who else you got on the list?
Let me go to this.
Everybody gets a turn. Everybody gets a rollie. It's my turn now. We seen all the fake boxing. Ashley, listen, get to Ashley H2O getting his block knocked off.
Yeah, that was crazy knockout. Let me get to this third clip. I'm gonna play this third clip. Again, it's not in chronological order, but let's play this third clip.
Side, and we would be the B side, was an insult. And I believe that they knew that it was an insult as to why he came out and he said it. But he left out the fact that they turned down the deal when Turkey Al-Sheikh put it on the table.
So did the Turkey offer come before the separate Top Rank? Or there were two separate offers there.
No, absolutely. You know, the Turkey Al-Sheikh came first. I was talking to and negotiating with Top Rank's attorney. I don't know. I have it on Do Not Disturb, and it still comes on. Why is that?
Not sure, but continue, Bill.
Okay, and you know, Top Rank's attorney was extremely disappointed in the fact that it didn't work and didn't come through. He expressed that he was disappointed. You know what I mean? And I told him.
This is my thing, and let me get to this question for both of you guys. Do you think Bill Haney speaking for Devin is helping the situation anymore, or is it making it a lot worse? Because, I mean, I'm going to give you my take on it, but I just think people are just tired of the talk. They want to see what's going to be the next move. But I'll let you take that. What do you think? X, what do you think?
I'm sorry, say that again real quick.
I said, do you feel like Bill needs to stop talking and he's adding a lot more pressure on Devin right now, that maybe he should kind of fall back and let things just play out and just take a fight?
I just want to see them fight. I think Bill's not gonna. Bill is mouthpiece. You know, Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South. He's the mouth of the South over there at Team Haney, man. And this is how he keeps him relevant, right? He hasn't been in the ring, so he keeps him relevant by debating with everyone and giving everyone a story, jumping on everyone's platform. Like, that's just keeping them relevant. Devin Haney drops a little video, tells everybody he's training. He's going to make them all regret what they said. Let's just get in the ring. 2025 has arrived. Let's get in the ring. I don't care who's going to promote your fight, because we know you ain't going to promote your fight. That's for sure. Yeah. Only fighter, certain promoter that has succeeded to the highest extent is Oscar De La Hoya and a little something of Floyd Mayweather. All these other fighters, they man, listen, get in the ring. That's all. Get in the ring. Get in the ring and run it back with Ryan Garcia. When Miguel Cotto got beat up by Antonio Margarito, and he felt that they was, Margarito got caught out with that flashlight. He accused him of it. He didn't take him to court. He didn't fucking sue him. He didn't do none of that shit. He said, let's run it back, and he got his shit back in blood in the ring. Run it back.
Troy, do you think Bill's talking is hurting Devin or helping him?
I know it's hurting him, because is it Bill Haney Promotions or Devin Haney Promotions? If it's Devin Haney Promotions, then Devin Haney can only promote Devin Haney, because Devin Haney is his own entity. His promotional company is an entity outside of Mr. Haney himself, the sentient being. And he's the only person that can administrate it and talk to it, because it's his name and his likeness. And his likeness has been smashed by Ryan Garcia and put in a plastic bag.
I feel like that he at one point it was a positive with Bill Haney. Okay,
It was never a positive.
I know it was. He got Bill Woods promoting him, and people were respecting it and tuning in, and
Nobody
that
never
aspect of
respected
it.
it.
I mean, well, people were paying attention. Bill got
I'm
very
gonna say
popular.
this. I know what you're saying,
Yeah.
Norris, but it's different when somebody laughing with you and laughing at you. But go ahead and cook.
No, keep going, keep going. Elaborate on that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like people just waiting for you. Listen, we all know how this works in the media. It's no time to play with it. People build you up to break you down again, just to build you up to kill your ass again. Jay-Z said that. Bill Haney was just, and Devin was just waiting to. It was just imploding, waiting to happen. Like this was never a good thing. Your skills are made in the amateurs, what you've done in the amateurs, in the national and the Golden Gloves, the national tournaments, the pals, and all of that. Then after that, it's what you've done in the pros. Like no, all this talking that people think that's how you make a fighter. That's not how I'm you. What I've watched in boxing. What I've watched is people come out to amateurs and say, "Oh no, he was knocking people out in the amateurs. He was doing this." And then when you get in the pros, we know what you're gonna do according to who you dealing with. That's not how Devin was made. So that was just somebody watching two guys creating something so that when it all implodes, they will have something to laugh at.
X, what do you think?
Get in the ring, Devin. Get in the
Yeah.
ring.
Do you
I'm
think
over it with them.
do you think he takes? I mean, you think he's waiting just for the Ryan fight? Because Oscar said that Ryan's not going to take the fight, or they're not interested.
Oscar's over
Yeah,
there
because it
running
made
that
no
borough,
bread.
man.
It
Oscar's over
made
there
no bread.
running there.
Yeah,
They were on their way. They were on their way to making good money. But Ryan threw everybody off, bro. Ryan threw everybody off. When that fight was announced, everybody went crazy. Like, oh shit, it's going down. Like Cali, everybody from everywhere, Texas, people, all my fight fans, all my peoples from everywhere was like, yo, we in New York that weekend. It's going down. When tickets go on sale. And then all the stupid shit that Ryan was doing turned everybody off. I think that's the real reason why that fight didn't sell the way it should have.
yeah.
And because nobody thought that it was even gonna make it to fight night at one point.
That's a
Remember, like
fact.
everybody
That's
was
a
like,
fact.
"Yo, this fight is not even gonna happen."
Yeah.
So I had people that were booked that canceled their flights, bro, and was like, "Nah, we not taking that risk. We're not taking that chance to go see Devin Haney against Arnold Barbosa." Because remember, then Golden
Yeah.
Boy did
That
that.
was
They were
the
like, "Oh,
backup. Yep.
yeah," and they was like, "Nah, we're not flying to New York for that shit, paying those high price tickets for that shit." And then all the way until the night of the fight, man, all the way until the fucking night of the fight, then the weigh-in, he missed his weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ryan kind of fucked that money up, if anything. You know, Devin
Hey,
still,
bro, there
Haney
was
still.
never any money with Devin, bro. Like it's kind of like what are we talking about? On one conversation,
No,
you're
no,
literally
that's like
saying
that.
that Devin Haney's numbers were 40 racks on the pay-per-views, and then
But
we
I'm
gonna
not even
say
talking
that
about pay per
Ryan
view
was
though. I'm
gonna
not.
get
I'm not even
just
talking about pay
period.
per view. The tickets to the
Nobody
fight.
wants to watch cuz
The
he not
gate
knocking shit
was
down.
on deck. The gate was on deck. The gate was on deck. When there's a fight in
Like
New York,
that,
especially at the
Ryan can't
Barclays
fuck up
Center,
nothing. Devin ain't no pack to be smoking. He a
no,
mid
the
pack.
tickets that I have to
He was
disagree with you on
always
that
a
one, Troy.
mid pack.
That fight, that gate would have done a good fucking
Man, no,
gate
it wasn't,
because
bro.
New York
No,
fight
it
fans
wasn't.
turned up on fight night and people were flying in from the West Coast. They had no choice. They're two West Coast fighters. Everybody from the West has to come out here to watch this fight live.
Listen,
But
that's
a
the
lot
whole
of
point
people
of
didn't. A
Ryan
lot of
saying he didn't
everybody
want to
fell
have it
back.
in New York. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't gonna
Yeah.
never make no bread. Period. Because Ryan was saying he didn't want it in New York. That's why it didn't make enough money to claim the back end purchases. because they wasn't making no money.
You also
Period.
had Canelo and Munguia the week prior to that in
No, it's
California. That's the
Devin
reason why they
Haney.
took it
He's
to New
not
York.
worth no. Listen, bro, it's Devin Haney. His numbers to have, you gotta have two good dancing partners that accrue enough revenue for eyes. You can't have one person carrying it. Munguia has a whole Tijuana in Mexico and a fan base. You got two Mexicans about to work. Edward Belanga have Puerto Rico. Who does Devin Haney have in the United States corporately? No one. His numbers were ass. I'm only talking about Devin's numbers. I'm not talking about nothing else. Now you take Ryan's numbers and you put them with Devin's numbers. You take those two numbers, you're gonna get a lower average because that's like putting 1,000 and averaging it with 50 and then dividing by 2. You're not gonna have a large number. That's because Devin's numbers are ass. So anything Bill is saying, besides we deserve a little bit more than ass price, you ass bet off grit.
Until Ryan
I think,
started doing all the
yeah.
crazy tactics that he was doing.
Shit, man. Listen,
I think the rematch.
I personally sold 40 tickets to that fight for me and the crew.
Damn, for real?
We was in there 40 deep.
That lets me know it wasn't really worth that because niggas was rather scalp it than just pay for it because it's really not.
No, the scalpers are always gonna be on deck. I used to do that for years.
I'm in Vegas. I'm in the West Coast. You can't scalp a Floyd fight. To do that, you gotta know Mickey Bay. You gotta know Cortez Bay. Them the odds the only way you could really scalp a Floyd fight because they be with Floyd and they gonna have them type of tickets where they go want some real bread for them. And you still up there. That's my point.
Yeah,
it's not that level.
No, he's not. But let's move forward. I just read this on Instagram. I don't know if this is an actual quote, but it's actually from one battered boxer to another. Deontay Wilder. There's a quote that's going around and it says, "I've accomplished my goal in this sport. Should I give it a go one more time or should I just retire?" X, I'll let you start this one off. X, what do you think about Deontay Wilder? Do you think he should hang it up or do you think he should continue?
Squad, that was my guy. Squad was my guy. I rocked with Deontay Wilder throughout his entire heavyweight run. He helped bring it back. He actually brought Tyson Fury back. He gave Tyson Fury the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The trilogies were fire, but those trilogies also took the best out of Deontay Wilder, man. Like, that was the best right there. Gone. Fury. The first fight was a good one. I was there in LA for it live. You know, the second two, Fury put beatings on him, man. He put beatings on him, and then he got rid of Mark Breland from his corner. He decides to put Malik Scott as the head guy there, and it's like, what? I didn't see him learn anything with Malik Scott. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't see nothing. Like, he was bouncing around the ring all of a sudden. Like, since when the fuck you became a bouncer? You know, like, this dude used to stand right there in the middle of the ring with the wide legs, man. He was fucking and line you up, man. No, Deontay ain't got no skill. No, Deontay ain't the most technical. But guess what? Deontay had heart. Deontay had power. Deontay get knocked down, he get his ass back up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
even in the Zhang, even in the last Zhang fight, like, he hit the floor and he got right back up. Yeah, he was wobbled or whatever, but Deontay always bounced back up. Even in the Wilder ones, he was getting smashed and smacked on the floor. He was jumping right back up, all fucked up. Deontay's going to fight him till you kill him. And he put on, man. He put on. He gave us great entertaining fights. He gave us nothing but knockouts. Here in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center, he lit this shit up a bunch of times. But I don't think he got any legs anymore, man. I mean, he's had the skinny ass legs, right? But I just don't think he can really shake anymore the way he once could, man. So retired, Deontay. You did your thing. You made 10 successful defenses of the title. made lots of money in that Fury trilogy alone, and now these last two fights, I'm sure Turkey paid him very well to come down there to Riyadh. But in those three Fury fights, I heard he made like 70 mil. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on it, but him and Fury was on Forbes' highest paid boxers list during that time. You know what I'm saying? That they were fighting each other every year. Retire, and thank you for everything. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for everything. You got nothing to hold your head about.
Troy, what you think?
What I know from being a boxer and been training every day and putting in hard work with my bros in the boxing world, he might as well go sit down because he ain't training for real. I know somebody who was in camp with him. He went the last Fury fight. He didn't even spar for real. Like, he didn't spar with the intent to win. It's just like, bro, like, how you think you're going to get something out of something when you only putting 50% in, then you only going to get 50 out. And you put 100% in, then you're going to get the result you're supposed to have. When I watched him against Luis Ortiz, he showed skill. Deontay Wilder used to have a good jab. That's how he was able to set up his right hand. He don't do any of those things anymore. He knew how to hook off the jab, enough to set up the right hand. He didn't stay in the gym and keep working on his skills. Those paydays crippled him. And that's what it is. Payday, money. That's what makes you the best in boxing is when you wake up on silk sheets and the thirst is still in your mouth to be the best, to bust somebody's ass, pause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing when I know who gonna be the best because you ain't even got Canelo or Floyd's money in your account and you ain't even getting up every day, still going and challenging yourself. Floyd still be fighting exhibitions, bro. He don't have to do anything. Like, think about that. Like, that lets you know he really loved the game. He loved to train. He loved to stay in shape. All he know is boxing. All his family know is boxing. And it's just like, bro, you're not even doing what he did. So how you think you gonna get the best out of something? Man, that shit cap, man. Sit your ass down. Stop boxing. Stop playing with it for you get your pack busted and almost killed. It's not a joke out there. If you're not gonna take it serious, sit your ass down, bro. We grown men, ain't even know that time to joke with it. The whole first segment we talk about was about people who gave their life, who never even got to make the capital Deontay got. And he playing with this shit. Man, sit your ass down, bro. You ain't even my age, so I can talk like that. Sit your ass down.
Now, I'm in agreement with both. What was the last fight he had? Was it the Big Bang? Did he fight?
Yeah, busted his pack out and walking around backwards.
Which was definitely the most pause-worthy promo in the history of boxing. But he just looked so beat. Like, even the training. Remember, there's a video of him that's viral where the guy has like a pogo stick with a glove at the end of it, and he's just poking at him. He's just moving his head like this or whatever. And then he's doing some spin shit. I'm like, what? I mean, what's going on? To me,
they training.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. But to me, after the third Fury fight, it was over for him. Right then and there, you could see it in his face. He wanted to go for a fourth one. He came out and said Fury's a cheater.
I still think Fury cheated in the second round because the second fight. Because till this date, I've never seen his glove do the same thing. Yeah. Have anybody seen that?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. But listen, in regards to Deontay, you made a lot of money. You're from Alabama. You made it out the mud. Just enjoy your money, man. That's it. I mean, he's had to have made in those three fights over $200 million. Had to.
Yeah, he had to make $100 million.
You know what I mean? Like, that was the biggest fight at the time. So, I mean, Deontay, there's probably one fight that everybody always wanted to see that never happened, was him and Anthony Joshua. But nobody wants to see that now. I mean, that ship has sailed. And
that's the thing, like, Eddie Hearn messed that up because he knew when Deontay Wilder was in his prime, Anthony Joshua. Listen, Dubois busted Anthony Joshua's pack. What was Deontay Wilder going to do when he was in his prime? Man, that was the cap. I knew it. Like, and now Tyson Fury about to bust Anthony Joshua down. Like, he about to fight him at Wembley, they said. So
Yeah, I mean Anthony Joshua and Fury's supposed to go down. That's what's gonna be big.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. You know, it's about to be 10 o'clock. I know you guys are probably getting ready for your New Year's celebrations.
New Year's is in March. I'm done with that. So
Okay.
I don't live by this calendar anymore.
Okay.
I have to get my mind right. This calendar is literally called the Gregorian calendar, and it was started in 1582. That's a fact.
I don't know, but I've been going by this calendar. Tonight's New Year's. I'm gonna
Talk
spend it
your
with
shit,
the.
Troy. Talk your shit.
No, that's a fact, bro. I looked it up, and Siri told me that. I knew it was the Gregorian calendar because we used to be on the Julian calendar, which was 13 months. See, a lot of people don't know that. So it's like now we on the Gregorian calendar. New Year is on January, when New Year is March, because that's the first month on the zodiac sign. And sept means 7, oct means 8, nov, because you said nueve. So that's Spanish. That's my Spanish brethren. So if November is nueve, that's 9, and deca is 10. So how is that the 12th month? That's not true. February is actually the 12th month. But you know what? I'm sorry, man. That's just because I live in a different world. My bad.
It's all good. But on that note, man, I'm gonna let y'all get to your families, man. I will be back on starting the new year, which is tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. My guy Troy will be joining me when he can. You know, my man X, whenever he wants to get busy, you know what I mean, we here. But yeah, on that note, I'm gonna let y'all rock out. Happy New Year. I don't know what to say to Troy because it's not his New Year. But,
No, I'm gonna still put out I'm gonna still say it because I know people still do it, and I don't want to crash everybody's party. But the information is out there for you to research. In Ethiopia, it's literally 2016, 17. So like their New Year in Africa is September 11th or 9/11. That's the New Year.
yeah.
So just think about that. In Ethiopia, the original calendar.
So
y'all have a good one. Hit my history.
my
Love
guys, starting this new year, we are going to get busy. Shout out to my guy X. Shout out to the Four Corners podcast. Shout out to everybody that's been tuning in. Shout out Michael Late Night for tuning in. Shout out to the 400 people that was in the chat. We're going to keep building this. Let's build this movement and continue to work. X, you still there?
And a podcast, man, 2025. We're going to keep this movement going. Appreciate you guys for having me on here, Troy. Blessings. No blessings. Let's keep this shit rocking in the new year, fellas.
My guy, we out of here, brother. Appreciate you.
100.
On that note, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Wish y'all a happy new year. Be safe out there. Make sure that you take care of your family, hug your loved ones, tell them you love them. And starting 2025, you're going to see a lot more stuff coming out from this channel. Again, like I told you, I transitioned into a boxing channel. I appreciate everybody that's making it better. Shout out to Twitter X. The shit is rolling over there. Shout out to everybody that's interested in the stuff that I got going on. Follow me at StreetStarNORBE on Twitter and on Instagram, and also on TikTok at StreetStarNORB, and then the number 1 at the end. It's your boy Norbs, and we are out of here.
I got so much motherfucking design on right now. Every time, every time, every time, every time, every time,